If you've been around my channel before, you know that sometimes I love reviewing tech gear, especially gear for content creators. That's why I recently picked up the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera. I've been looking at this guy for a while and I'm really confident that it's going to take my content creation to another level. You're probably here because you're considering getting it or you just got it for yourself. So in this video, I'd like to go through the unboxing and show you what comes in the creator combo kit for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, as well as the setup, some initial settings that if and when you do get your Osmo Pocket 3 that I think you should consider changing so that you get the best quality videos out of yours. All right, like I said, I recently got the Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo, and I'd love to unbox it for you and show you how to set it up.
What's in the box?
All right, Brad, I'll show you what's in the box. Let's start by tearing it open here. Just so you know, I ordered, again, the Creator Combo. I got this from Best Buy. I ordered it online and picked it up in the store. It was a really smooth, nice, quick, easy process. But I'm really interested to not only dive into what's in the box here, but also using this for content creation, for video production purposes. And you know, I've been hearing so much about the Osmo Pocket 3 for about a year now, and to finally have my hands on one is just super cool. Very exciting. So first thing out of the box here, we have some safety guidelines, quick start guide, and some other documentation. Let's see, this box has some of the other components of the carrying case that you could put the Osmo Pocket 3 into. Let me just set that aside for a sec and we'll dive right in. So this is the sort of hard shell case that the Osmo Pocket 3 can fit into. What's really cool about that is you can see in there that there are spaces that are magnetic also for the lenses, or the wide angle lens that comes in the Creator Combo. Here is the carrying case that comes in the Creator Combo as well. And obviously a lot of the other components are going to be inside the case, so really excited to open that up. Oh, there they are. Wow. All right, so a lot of accessories, and obviously this is the big difference between getting just the Osmo Pocket 3 and the Creator Combo. Here, the first accessory out of the case is the extended battery for the base of the Osmo Pocket 3. Next, we will go with the regular accessory extender. This does not have a battery in it, but basically it allows for that 1/4 inch threading at the bottom of it, so you can put that on a tripod, and then has the USB-C charging port in the back as well. This is the mini, and when I say mini, I do mean mini tripod that comes in the Creator Combo. All right, there you have the 1/4 inch screws, and obviously each of the legs extend so you can prop the Osmo Pocket 3 up on a tabletop or basically any flat surface where you're going to record, but it doesn't really extend much. Here is the one DJI Mic 2 transmitter that comes in the Creator Combo, which I'm really excited about. That transmitter alone, even on Amazon, goes for about $100. So while the price of the combo is more than just the camera itself, obviously that is a really good value. Here we have the windscreen for the Mic 2 transmitter.
as well as a wrist strap for carrying the Osmo Pocket 3. Not sure that I'm gonna attach that yet, but it's nice to have just in case. This is the wide angle lens, and this is definitely one of those accessories that does not come with just the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, but this will come in quite handy for vlogging purposes. Not that I do a ton of it, but if you do, that lens allows you to obviously get a wider angle, so you can either capture a little bit more in your video on the screen or actually hold the camera a little bit closer to you. Here's a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, and finally we have the Osmo Pocket 3. This thing is so cool. It's actually really awesome to hold it. I've never even had one in my hand before, but just taking a look at this thing, obviously the fact that it has the gimbal, the fact that it's so small and so portable is really exciting, and some of the biggest draws to using that's pretty satisfying too. But those are some of the biggest draws to using a camera like this. That's pretty much it. Oh no, we got one more thing in here. Oh, that's right, the magnet clip for the back of the Mic 2 transmitter. So if you are using the transmitter, and there's no receiver because the camera itself actually has a receiver built into it, but if you're using the Mic 2 transmitter, you can also use that magnet clip. Yep, snap it right on there, and then instead of clipping the microphone to your shirt or some article of clothing, you can actually magnet it on and use the Mic 2 transmitter, just magnet it on to, again, your shirt or some other article of clothing. That's everything that comes in the Creator Combo. Everything from the Osmo Pocket 3 itself and the case you can fit it in, to the Mic 2 transmitter with the windscreen and magnet, the mini tripod, the wide angle lens that magnets onto the lens of the Osmo Pocket 3, of course the carrying case itself, as well as a wrist strap for when you're on the go and you're carrying the Osmo Pocket 3 and obviously don't want it to fall and get damaged. So let's take a look at the accessory extender here. Oh, I love how that clicks in there. So again, what this does is it adds that 1/4 inch threading on the bottom, so you can put that onto a tripod or maybe some other accessories, as well as adding a USB-C charging port now to the back of the device. And let's go ahead and connect the battery handle as well. Same as the other extender, we have the 1/4 inch threading on the bottom. Obviously this one is a little bit longer, so it adds more length to the Osmo Pocket 3. You'll notice the green light comes on that says that it's attached and now using the battery from the handle. But similarly, it adds that 1/4 inch threading at the bottom, and here is the USB-C charging port that now is on the back of the Osmo Pocket 3. There it is in all its glory, kind of set up with that accessory extender on the bottom and the mini tripod. And let's get into some of the first things you'll want to do to set it up. First thing is, when you turn it on, you're going to set the language. Mine I put in English, and then you'll get a QR code with the device name that's asking you to download and pair the device with the DJI Mimo app. Here's what the app looks like when you first get into it. Gives you some videos and articles on using the Osmo Pocket 3 for the first time, as well as some different lessons on how to use it. So some terms of use, I don't know why, but I always like, for whatever reason, scrolling all the way through, because sometimes when you get these, it won't let you hit agree or accept until you get to the end. Then it asks you to join the product improvement project. You can select not now or go ahead and choose to do that. Whether or not you want to allow Mimo to access other devices or send you notifications. I usually go with not having it track my app activity, but that's up to you as well. So once we're in the app, it goes through some tutorials for how to use the different features of the app. DJI Academy to learn more about how to use the devices. And then it's going to ask you to connect. Wow, that was quick. The connection between the Pocket 3 and the app is super quick. The code is already showing up on the device itself. I can't show that part to you, but once it paired, it was really quick, and now my Pocket 3 is set up with the DJI Mimo app. I'm just going to scroll through again and agree to the terms of use. And now, final step really is toggling on allowing access from the app to the device itself. And once that's done, I'm logged in. I just have to, I'm going to select here to use my Apple account to actually log in to a DJI account. You can do that, or you can actually create an account with an email or phone number, and then obviously setting up a password. But again, really quickly, my account is confirmed. I just got the email notification and I'm activated. You can have the option to enter into a 1-year or 2-year refresh and care plan, or even replacement plan, as you can see there, if something were to go wrong with your Osmo Pocket 3, or you can choose to not accept that at all. I chose not to accept it for now. And finally, I'm going to get started here in the app. Some splash screens here to just scroll through, and I'm going to click next. And then the next step is updating the firmware. Firmware is all updated. I didn't show that in the video here, but we're ready to use this thing. To turn it on, you flip the screen horizontally. You can even flip it vertically, and then to power off, you can flip it vertically as well. So there is turning the Osmo Pocket 3 on, and let's go through some of the initial settings. If I swipe up from the bottom of the screen, I can actually set the video resolution. I'm going to set it to 4K 30 frames per second. I know some people like to do 24 frames per second, which is kind of the cinematic look. I like to keep it on 30. You can select from different resolutions and screen sizes. I'm going to keep it at 4K 30 for now, but you can select what you'd like. In the lower left-hand part of the screen, if you click on the video camera, that'll scroll through some different options for whether you want to shoot video or take photos, or even do other types of video like slow motion or time lapse. And just so you know, you will have to go through the initial setup process for every one of these functions in order to set the resolution the way you want. So as I showed before, my video settings are such that I'm in 4K 30, but you'd have to do that for all of the features as well. If you scroll from the right corner of the screen, you'll notice a Pro button. By default, it comes off. Let me show that again. If you go to the right-hand side of the screen, swipe left, and you see the Pro button at the top of the screen, in order to access some Pro features or some more manual settings, click the word Pro, and then it lights up yellow. Here you can go through your exposure settings. By default, the camera comes with an auto setting, which you can leave on, and the picture quality, the image quality is going to be really great. But I like having some manual settings and adjustments here. So you can scroll through your exposure settings, and because I have my frame rate set to 4K 30, I'm going to go with a 1/60, and for the ISO, I'm going to have it set that range there. Let's do that again. So I'm going to set the ISO to a range. Let's leave it there for a second. Now I'm in my white balance, and I'm actually going to leave that on auto white balance. I want to make sure that my glamour effects are off. And this is where you can scroll through some different color modes, normal or a log video setting, where you can basically capture more color information, even though the video is going to look a little bit flat with the colors. That's good to shoot in for log footage where you can then color grade it later. I'm going to set the sharpness down to a -2 and a 1 on the other side. And you can even go into some more pro audio settings from here as well. Noise reduction, I'm going to keep that, wind noise reduction, I'm going to keep that off for now, but if you're outdoors in a windy situation, you can turn that on. Let's swipe that away for the time being. If you swipe down from the top of the screen, the person icon will allow you to save presets. Screen rotate and capture. This means that if you rotate the screen to turn the Osmo Pocket 3 on, it will start capturing video right away. I prefer to leave that off, but you can always turn it on if you'd like. And then here, you set it for which type of video or format you want it to start capturing when you flip the screen. I'm going to leave it set to video, even though I don't have that turned on. The next icon there is screen brightness. You can leave it at 100%. For me, I find that 50% is more than enough in any lighting situation for me to be able to see the screen just okay. So I'm going to leave it there at 50%. This one I find very important, FT selfie. I'm going to actually turn that on, because what that means is that it'll track my face when I have the gimbal pointed at me. You can either leave it at auto rotation, or you can set it to be landscape or vertical mode. This is the rotational speed for the gimbal. By default, it's set at a normal speed, but you can slow it down or speed it up if you like. For me, I'm going to actually slow it down because I think I like that look, as it's a little bit more cinematic. And then gimbal modes. You can either have the gimbal follow. You can have it tilt locked, where it kind of just scrolls side to side or horizontally, or FPV. For me, I'm going to actually set it on follow for now, but that might be something that I go back to later and leave it on tilt lock. You know what? I'm actually going to leave it there for now. Here is your settings button. This settings menu has a lot of options here. I think that one option that you might want to start with is the gimbal startup direction. If you have a preference for whether you want the camera to be facing forward or backward towards you, if you take more selfie videos, then go ahead and set that for how you want. This one's interesting too. When you rotate the screen, within 2 seconds, the device tries to power off. That's how it's set by default. Here's what it looks like. You have 2 seconds, and unless you hit the continue button, the camera is going to power off. So if you want to actually take vertical video, you only have 2 seconds to tell the camera that you want to continue. I'm actually going to set this to never. In that case, what you do is when you flip the screen over, it won't shut off. And now, in order to shut off the Osmo Pocket 3, you just hold in the power button for a couple seconds. So again, that's up to you, but for me, it makes the most sense to just leave it on never. Slider control means what do you want the joystick to be able to do. The joystick is just below that green button on the front side of the Osmo Pocket 3. I like it to be able to actually control the gimbal, but here you'll notice that it's controlling the zoom. And actually, if you click on the screen on the right-hand side, you can quickly toggle from one to the other. Now it's controlling the up and down and side to side movements of the gimbal, but when I click it again, it'll zoom in and out. Let's go back into the settings. This is an interesting one here too, selfie flip. All right, and that is kind of a rundown of many of the settings. Let's see if there are any more that we want to make sure. Video compression. By default, the efficiency mode is set, which is fine, but those are some larger file sizes, whereas compatibility mode are slightly smaller file sizes and obviously highly compatible. So I'm gonna leave it at that compatibility mode. I think the sounds on the Osmo Pocket 3 are a little loud when you're clicking on things and going through the settings menu, so I'm gonna actually set that to low. Reference lines, I like when there are grid lines on whether it's my smartphone camera or here on the Osmo Pocket 3. It's a little hard to see. Let me cover it up a little bit. Yeah, you can see that better when I put my hand over. See the grid lines on the screen? I like leaving those on just to be able to frame my shot a little bit better, a little more professional and maybe cinematic. The rest of these you might want to leave at the default setting. If you care, the auto power off settings you may want to adjust a little bit. I'm going to leave it at 2 minutes, but if you're someone who may set the Osmo Pocket 3 down for a little bit and you want it to be at 5 seconds, just to give yourself a little bit more time before it automatically shuts off, then that's something you can do as well.
All right, that's it for the unboxing and setup. Please let me know down in the comments if you are considering purchasing an Osmo Pocket 3 or if maybe you just got one, and definitely if you have any questions that are coming up for you during the setup that you are going through right now as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more content like this where I go through some tech and gear reviews, you might want to check out this other video that I have on the screen as well. See you next time.